So one other type of thing we would graph is circles. Now these are not functions, because if we think about the vertical line test, if it was something like that, it would not pass the vertical line test. So these are not functions, but they are still equations that can be used at times. So it's still an equation, even though it's not a function. So we have kind of a format for the equation of a circle. What it is if we have x minus h in parentheses squared plus y minus k in parentheses squared equals r squared, then hk is the center. hk is the center, and r is the radius. The radius, so the distance between the center to one of the edges. So if we have, let's say, for example, start one more basic one, x squared plus y squared equals 9. So what this looks like, I mean, in this case, there's the h and k would actually be 0. So the center would be 0, 0. And in this case, if we look at the radius, what squared gets me 9? It would be 3. So let's see if that makes sense when we graph it with a few points. Okay, now the center isn't actually a point, it's just where we're going 3 from. So if we go 3 to the right, 3 up, 3 to the left, 3 down, that should make me be able to sketch in a circle with a radius of 3. It should be a circle. I'm not the best at these. So, if we think about these points, this is the point 3, 0. So if I plug that into the equation, 3 squared plus 0 squared, yep, that's 9. 0, 3, same thing. Negative 3, 0, plug that in. Negative 3 squared is positive 9 plus 0 is 9. 0, negative 3. Those all work in that equation. And we could pick other points. If I pick a point over here, those would all work in the equation. But those endpoints are just the easier ones to find. Let's do one that's not centered around 0, 0. How about x plus 1 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 10. Now here, it's not exactly in the format because it's minuses. So if I want to think about this, how would I make this minus? X minus, I'd have to change it to negative 1 to be the same thing. So if you want to rewrite it like that, sometimes that helps. So now my center would be negative 1, 4. And my radius, now this is a little tricky because I don't know what times itself gets me 10. So, but if I think about it, think about when I had 9, how do I get 3? I could have taken the square root. So same thing here, the radius is my square root of 10, which is about 3.16. So just for sketching purposes, we won't get the exact endpoints for this one, but we can kind of just sketch it. Okay, so negative 1, 4. So my center's right here. And then, so if I go 3 each direction, I'm going to go to the right 3, about a little more than 3. I'm going to go down a little more than 3. I'm going to go to the left a little more than 3. And up a little more than 3. I'm drawing my circle. And that should work. And if I want to try a point kind of close to what it looks like, maybe 0, 1, I should get something to pretty close to 10, if not exact, if it's right on there. Okay, one other type of question you might be asked to do with circles is something like, let's say you're asked to find the equation of a circle, or of the circle, with the center of 3, 0 and radius 7. So sometimes it might help to write out the format and then plug in the things we know. So H is 3, K is 0, and then plug in R. So I'm going to leave this x minus 3 squared plus y minus 0, that's just y, so I'm going to drop that minus 0, y squared equals 49. And typically we would just leave it like that. So we're done.